Following is tape number 14 on the Nectar of Devotion series, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded between October 20th and November 14th, 1972, in Vrindaban, India.
Following the footprints of Caitanya Mahaprabhu as enunciated by the 6 Gosvamis, Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, sri-jiva gopala-bhatta, dasa-raghunatha. So, we have to follow the authorities. We cannot manufacture. There is no need of research work. Simply, if we follow the chalked out path given by the great authorities, that will help us. Yes, go on.
Here is a general description of devotional service given by Sri Rupa Gosvami in his Bhatta Raghunatha Sindhu. Previously it has been stated that devotional service can be divided into 3 categories, namely devotional service in practice, devotional service in ecstasy, and devotional service in pure love of God. Now Sri Rupa Gosvami proposes to describe devotional service in practice. Practice means employing our senses for some particular type of work. Therefore, devotional service in practice means utilizing our different sensory organs in service to Krishna. Some of the senses are meant for acquiring knowledge, and some are meant for executing the conclusions of our thinking, willing, and feeling. Thinking, feeling, and willing. So practice means employing both the mind and the senses in practical devotional service. This practice is not for developing something artificial. For example, a child learns or practices to walk. This walking is not unnatural. The walking capacity is there originally in the child, and simply by a little practice, he walks very nicely. Similarly,
Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadha Pavuna. Not that by practicing something external, not natural, we become accustomed. That is also sometimes there. But this devotional service, Krishna consciousness, is not that type of practice. It is there already. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. Sadhaka Muna. Not actually by artificial practice, it is there. Subhanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayuda. It is to be awakened. Exactly just like the child, by nature, he can walk. But still, if some help is offered to the child, he walks very nice. So this practice, Vidimarga, devotional service, is simply to awaken the dormant Krishna consciousness within the human being. Just like it is happening in our preaching work in the Western countries, these European American boys, they never heard the name of Krishna 4 years ago, but they are taken to Krishna consciousness seriously because it was already dormant in them. It has been simply awakened. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, this pure vibration of transcendental sound has enlivened them, and they are awakened to Krishna consciousness. It is not that artificially they have taken. It is sure. Anyone can test how much they have advanced in Krishna consciousness, how they are firmly convinced in Krishna consciousness, because it has been awakened. The nature which was dormant, that has been awakened by, that is the propaganda work of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wanted that in every town and every village of the world, on the surface of the globe, his name, the preaching of Sankirtan movement, inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, should be preached. The purpose was the dormant Krishna consciousness is there everywhere. That we are experiencing. Now, in Africa also, who are supposed to be not very advanced in civilization, they are also very nicely taking part in this Krishna consciousness movement. European Americans, they are advanced, civilized people. But even in Africa, we are having very good success. They are becoming Vaishnavas. So, and it is in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Kirata hunam nipulinna pukkasa vira sambha javana khasagaya. So, these Kiratas are the Africans. So they are also becoming interested. Hun Andha and others who are considered to be low-born according to Vedic civilization. But still, the Vedic civilization does not prohibit anyone to come to Krishna consciousness. By our karma, we may be high-born or low-born. That does not matter. Ahituki apratihata. Krishna consciousness cannot be checked by any material impediment. That is not possible. Ahituki apratihata. It is natural. And Krishna says, Man hi partha vyapasritya jepishu papajona. He says that even though some people are considered to be papajoni, low-born, it doesn't matter, but he can accept the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Prabhavishnave nama. Prabhavishnave nama. Girata hunanda pulinda puppasa bhira summa javana khasadaya jennecha papa. Still more low-born than these people. Shuddhanti, they can be purified. If they actually take shelter of a pure devotee, they can be purified. That is the injunction of the Shastra, Sukadeva Goswami. Shuddhanti, and people may argue how such low-born people can be purified. That reply is Prabhavishnavena. It is the supreme power of Lord Vishnu. It is possible. Krishna says. Now, Krishna says that everyone can be delivered simply by the process of Krishna consciousness. So whose duty is to enlighten them to Krishna consciousness? I was just talking with Goswami, Caitanya Gosvami. Whose duty it is to enlighten people to Krishna consciousness? It is the duty of Guru. We came to this conclusion. And who is Guru? Sotriyam Brahmanishta. That means perfectly learned in Vedic literature and firmly convinced in Brahma realization. That means first class Brahmin. So if the first class Brahmanas do not take care of this Papa journey, then who will deliver them? Here some agitation is going on that this movement, Krishna consciousness movement, is killing Hindu religion. You see? Just see their poor fund of knowledge. It is the duty of the first class Brahmin to enlighten this Papajoni. Otherwise who will enlighten them? Guru will enlighten. And who is Guru? Srotiram Brahmanistha. Brahmanistha means he must be Brahmin. So, if the so-called Brahmins, they do not take care of them, and if they remain Brahmins limited within some limited area, do not go outside, then who will deliver them? So these are not very sound arguments. It is very, what is called, crippled ideas. The Brahmana means Udar. The opposite word of Brahmana is Kripana, who is very miser. A Brahmana cannot be miser. Even 100 years ago, the Brahmanas would give chance to anyone to become Brahmana. I have got so many instances. That is the duty of Brahmana. Pathan. The Brahmana should be learned, and Brahmana should make others learned, other Brahmin. Not that he simply satisfied that he is Brahmana and nobody should become Brahmana. No. He should make others Brahmana. Just like a big lawyer, he makes his assistants lawyers. A professor, learned professor, he makes others professor. Otherwise it is called Gyanakhal, miser, and the knowledge should be distributed. Any scientist discovered, they distribute it. Similarly, Brahmana should be Udara. Not only he should personally know what is Brahma, but he should distribute the knowledge. Therefore Caitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila jaha. Janma sarthak kari karo paropoka. It is the duty of the Brahmanas. Paropoka. And without being human being, how he can become a Brahmana? Cats and dogs cannot become Brahmana. The perfect human being means Brahmana. The first class perfect being. That is Brahmana. And Brahmana's duty is for Parupakar. Patana, Patana, Jajana, Jajana, Dana, Patigra. Satkarma, Nipuna, Vipra, Mantra, Tantra, Visarada. All Vaishnava, Guru na Sasyat. One who is Vaishnava, just like Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes Guru. Because he is Udar. Vaishnava means Paradukha Dukhi. Mancha kalpatar bhasya pipasindu bhayabhas. Patitanam pavanit. Vaishnava is Patitanam pavan. He can deliver all the fallen souls. So, we have become crippled, therefore we are talking this, that this Krishna consciousness movement is killing our Hindu principles. No. It is really, actually, Vedic principle that one should be learned and he should distribute the knowledge for Paropakar. That is Brahmanism. Paradukha dukhi, kipam udijya samaham prapadvi. Lokanang hitakarina. These are the statements in this house. Nana shastra vicharanai kanipino sadharma sangathapaka. Lokanang hitakarina. The Gosvamis. They compiled this. Rupa Gosvami compiled this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu not for the study a few selected persons. Lokanang hitakarina. For the benefit of the whole human society. And actually that is happening. We have translated this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in English and we have got the greatest sale of this book. Everyone is picking up. It is a study book in the Temple University of United States. They like it. But it is required. We have got so much treasure house of knowledge. They should be, each and every book should be, at least Vaishnava literature, Bhagavad literature, should be translated into English and distributed all over the world. That is Lokanang Hitakari. To benefit the whole human society, not to remain crippled within a boundary. That is not Brahmanism, that is not Vaishnavism. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.